Yellow Productions presents the top 10 best credit cards for travel in 2018. I'm Chris.
I'm Topher.
And today we're going to be counting down what these best cards are. This is a question I get asked pretty often. People say, Chris, what are the best credit cards I should use when I travel internationally, when I travel domestically? What are the best sign-up bonuses? What are the best rewards? And in this video, I'm going to let you know. And so when we talk about cards, there's a few different reasons that you want to get a credit card. And those are either one, the generous sign-up bonus, two, rewards for spending on the card, or three, ongoing benefits for just having the card. And so on this list, I'm going to talk about those that end up in all those categories. Some of the cards I'll be talking about have a high annual fee. Some of them have none. On this list of top 10, I've got some plain cash back cards, and I've even got a debit card at the end because I always recommend that people take money out of the ATM and don't use those, cash exchange vendors at the airport. So we'll talk about what that best debit card is for travel. That's at number 10. And I'll conclude the list after the 10 with the list of the other cards that I carry in my own wallet right here that didn't quite make this list because actually I have more than 10 cards. So all right, so let's just jump into this, and we'll jump into the first best credit card for traveling in 2018, and that is the Chase Sapphire Preferred. The Chase Sapphire Preferred card, I think this is the best all-around card to get started with. And I think it's the best all-around card to get started with because it has a good sign-up bonus, it has good earning on the spend, and it earns flexible points. So let's talk about the points that the Chase Sapphire card earns. It earns what's called Chase Ultimate Rewards points. And so a lot of people, when they think of travel cards, they think of getting miles with their airline like United or American or Marriott points. The great thing about Chase Sapphire points is they transfer to a whole bunch of different partners, and so it's a very flexible rewards currency that you can put as kind of a bank and then transfer to United, Hyatt, Southwest, British Airways, Virgin Atlantic, Singapore Airlines, Korean Air, Air France, Marriott Rewards, IHG, and Ritz-Carlton. My favorite transfer partner from Chase is Hyatt. There's going to be a few Chase cards on this list that all earn Ultimate Rewards points. This has a sign-up bonus of 50,000 Ultimate Rewards points after you spend $4,000 on the card in the first 3 months, so it's a pretty good sign-up bonus. And a lot of these cards, including this one, will have points for adding an authorized user. The Chase Sapphire Preferred, you have a 5,000 bonus points for adding an authorized user. There's $0 annual fee for the first year, and then $95 every year afterwards. The spend on the card, this card earns double points, 2x points on travel and dining, and then 1 point on all other purchases. This is also a great card for international travelers because there's no foreign transaction fees. And, one of the things that can really get you using credit cards internationally are those foreign transaction fees. Sometimes they can be 1%, 2%, or 3%. It's pretty crazy. Actually, one of the cards we're going to get to, the Chase Sapphire Reserve, I got like an end-of-year update from Chase, and they said this year alone, I saved $200 on foreign transaction fees by using a non-foreign transaction fee card. So if you don't have a Chase Sapphire Preferred, you're just getting started in these cards, this is a good one to start with. All right, number 2, the Chase Sapphire Reserve. The Chase Sapphire Reserve has a great bonus and what I think are also really good benefits. This is probably Chase's highest end card. We're going to talk about some cards that have pretty high annual fees, and this is one of them. And this card has a similar sign-up bonus to the previous one, and you'll notice, so this is the Chase Sapphire Preferred. It was so successful, they introduced the Chase Sapphire Reserve. The big difference on this card, in addition to the 50,000 Ultimate Rewards sign-up bonus, for the spend, you get 3x points, so 3 times the points on travel, dining, and restaurants. It has a hefty annual fee, a $450 annual fee. And but the benefits that you get, and so when I talked about reasons for having the card, the benefits, one of the reasons to have this card, in addition to the good spend, it comes with a $300 annual travel credit, a $100 global entry credit, and it also includes Priority Pass. Priority Pass is like pass that'll get you into airport lounges. I really enjoy having Priority Pass because I can get into, say, like the Turkish Airlines lounge or the Alaska lounge at LAX. It's really nice. It's not necessarily affiliated to a particular airline, but it gets you into about 2,000 lounges worldwide. The $300 annual travel credit, that's basically for anything that's travel, they'll just rebate about $300 of those fees. And this is a card that I have in my wallet. I used to have the Chase Sapphire Preferred, but now I have the Chase Sapphire Reserve because I also like the 3x points. So let's go on to number 3, but before we go on to number 3, because I'm doing this as a live stream, let me just look at some of the comments from Facebook and YouTube. I'm live streaming on both today, so we'll start on Facebook, and this is where the camera is for that. Daniel Gardner's tuned in the live stream. Hey Chris, he says, good to hear from you again. Dan in Canberra, Australia. Dan, welcome to the live stream. Thanks for joining. And by the way, if you're watching this live or you're watching the archive, let me know if you like this particular video. This is my first one that I've done on credit cards, but there's tons of more information on this particular subject. Clement on YouTube says hello from Singapore. Hello, Clement from Singapore. SoCal Seth made it. SoCal Seth, welcome. And also said knock and a scratch. Knock, scratch. So there was Nazim said hello again, Chris and Topher. And Dan Dick said hello. I can't get these cards as far as I live in Canada. That is, I think maybe some of them you can, but you're right, there are probably some that you can't. Dan says he got an Amex. That's going to be number 3, and so we're going to talk about that in a second. So hopefully not all of this is useless for those of you that don't live in the United States. So let's go on to number 3. The third best card for traveling in 2018 is the American Express Platinum Card. This card is a card you want to get for the benefits and then probably put it on a shelf. The spend on this card is not very good, but the benefits are pretty amazing. I think this is the card that has some of the best benefits of any travel card. But it does have a pretty good sign-up bonus. It comes with 60,000 membership rewards points. Membership rewards is an American Express currency. It's kind of similar to Chase Ultimate Rewards. American Express has 17 different airline transfer partners and 3 hotel transfer partners. Where the Ultimate Rewards, they transfer to Hyatt and Marriott. Amex for hotels will transfer to Choice Hotels, Hilton, and Starwood. But of course, you can convert Starwood to Marriott points. The one part that's good about spend on this card is it gives you 5 points per dollar on airfare. So that's pretty good if you're buying a lot of airline tickets, but it's only 1 point on anything else. So not just a general travel category, but only 5 points on airfare. The annual fee on this card, it's the highest of any on the list. It is a $550 annual fee. It was $450 last year, but they thought it was so attractive, they actually increased it to $550 this year. The benefits that this card comes with, it comes with a $200 airline travel credit every year, similar to the Chase card, but this one is only good for airlines. It also comes with a $200 annual Uber credit, and the Uber credit is sort of given out in months, so you get like, it's like either $15 or $20 a month, and in December, I think you get $35 a month. So my numbers are probably off for the $200 annual credit, but you get a certain amount of dollars loaded into your Uber account every month just for having this card. It also comes with a typical $100 global entry credit that a lot of these premier cards have, but what this gives you that the other cards don't is it gives you some amazing lounge access. It gives you Priority Pass, which the Chase card had, but it gives you lounge access to American Express's awesome Centurion lounges. If you are flying through an airport that has a Centurion lounge, San Francisco Airport is a great example, Dallas, Fort Worth, Las Vegas. I think the American Express's Centurion lounge are Definitely some of the best domestic lounges. The one in Dallas, Fort Worth, let me tell you, you can go in there. They've got, you know, hot food, breakfast, lunch, and they've also got free massages. You can get a free manicure. I mean, how many airline lounges have you been into that give you a free massage or a free manicure? I did take them up in Dallas on the free massage, but I did not take them up on the free pedicure or manicure, in case you're wondering. In addition to those lounges, it also comes with access to Delta lounges if you're flying Delta the same day, and another kind of chain of lounges called the Airspace lounges. They have an Airspace lounge in San Diego. There's about 4 of them, I think, in the US. Also, the Amex Platinum card will give you elite status with Starwood hotels. They'll give you gold status with Starwood, which then you can match to Marriott. Marriott Gold, that'll give you free breakfast at Marriott. That's a pretty good deal. You'll also get Hilton Gold status, national car rental status, and then, of course, there's the Uber stuff. And finally, because it's an Amex card, it comes with American Express Purchase Protection. And let me tell you, the American Express Purchase Protection is also amazing. OC girl, my wife, she dropped her iPhone after she bought it, and we had this American Express Purchase Protection because we bought it on an Amex card. The screen was cracked. Amex actually refunded the entire purchase price of the iPhone if it's within the 30, 60, 90-day window. Depends on the cards you have, how long you get for that protection. But that's a really good deal and a really good reason to buy expensive electronic goods on American Express Platinum cards. All right. SoCal Seth comments and says, I find myself mostly using my Marriott card and American Airlines card as backup. SoCal Seth, I was probably like you one upon a time where I use my Marriott card quite a bit. It does have no exchange fees. Dan Dick has one of those too. But I'll tell you, I like the Chase cards better because they earn more points, the Ultimate Rewards points. You'll earn more of those that you can transfer to Marriott points quicker and faster. There is a bit of an annual fee, but I think the first one, the Chase Sapphire Preferred $90, is pretty similar to the $90 on the Marriott card. But I do have that one too, and we'll get to that one at the end. Let me take a drink here. And in case you're wondering what I'm drinking today, I'm drinking iced tea from Cafe Rio. Also, I wanted to mention before I get on to card number 4, the video I just published this morning about tea eggs, or what the heck is a tea egg. If you haven't checked out that video, check it out. But I've had a lot of questions about are tea eggs like a 1,000-year-old egg, or is that what was it, like a golden egg, or there's Aussie Carnet from Australia, fortune egg, he asked. And let me tell you, a tea egg is not either of those. They're not 1,000-year-old eggs. They're not smelly eggs. Actually, they're pretty tasty. They're tea eggs, and they're made in tea. So I just want to mention that. And if you have any more questions about tea eggs, definitely let me know on the tea egg video. Check that out if you haven't. Jake McShane also comments about Amex Platinum, that Amex Platinum also includes free roadside assistance, which Jake used once when he had a flat tire. That's an excellent benefit as well. Also, a lot of these premium cards, they'll have rental car insurance. The Chase ones certainly do, and that's pretty useful because then you don't have to get the collision damage waiver when you go to various countries. You can just have that protection that comes through the credit card. SoCal Seth loves Cafe Rio. That's excellent. Great minds think alike. And yes, SoCal Seth, the tea egg is not balut. I'm totally not into that. Dan Dick says he doesn't have the Amex Platinum, just an Amex Blue. And we'll probably talk about that one in a bit because I have an Amex Blue card as well. All right. Number 4, the 4th best credit card for traveling in 2018 is the Citi Prestige card. So in the 3 areas, sign up bonus, spend, and benefits, this card is definitely in the benefits section. There is currently no sign up bonus for this card. It has sometimes had a 50,000 sign up bonus. It earns what they call thank you points. So this will earn 3 times thank you points on air travel and hotels, 2x dining entertainment, 1x other. It has a $450 annual fee. This is Citi's premium travel card, but let's talk about what's so great about that $450 annual fee. So the best thing about this card is it comes with a complimentary 4th night stay at any hotel of your choice if you've booked it through Citi. And so I've used this, we used this when we stayed at the Andaz in Maui. That is $500 a night. We booked 4 nights through Citi that's booked at the same rate that the hotel books it at, $500 a night. And Citi rebated the $500 for the 4th night there. I've used it at a number of different hotels, and the 4th night stay, Citi will rebate. It's really great if you're staying at high-priced hotels more than 4 nights and more than a couple times in a year, because that will quickly pay for the $450 annual fee, in my case, in just one hotel booking. I'm not entirely sure how they can make a lot of money off that benefit, because I'm just guessing there must be a lot of people that have this card that don't use that hotel benefit. If you don't use the hotel benefit, then don't get this card. But if you do, again, stay in a lot of high-end hotels for 4 nights, this is a great card. In addition, some other benefits: it comes with a $250 air travel credit, it comes with a $100 global entry credit, and it comes with Priority Pass, that lounge access that we talked about in some of the other ones. It used to come with American Airlines lounge access. Unfortunately, they discontinued that this year. That's kind of one of the bummers about this card, but I still think it's a great one. All right, and I had that card in my wallet for 2 years. This year, I'm not going to be traveling to as many high-end hotels as much, so I no longer have the Citi Prestige card. SoCal Seth comments and says, probably should note, never use your debit card. If they steal your debit card, that's your money. If they steal your credit card, that's the bank's money. That's a pretty good tip. I will say, it's not that I never use a debit card. The debit cards I do use are typically $500 debit gift cards from Simon Malls. I'll pick those up there, and then if I'm at a place that I have to use debit cards, well, I can buy those essentially gift cards with my credit card, and then if I go to some place like Arco, that's a gas station that only takes debit cards, then I can use that debit card there, and there's only so much money on that debit card. But right, the great thing about credit cards is if someone steals it, it's very easy to dispute it. They just take it off. I've had a number of my credit cards stolen or pilfered, or not physically stolen, but the number stolen from websites hacked into, and I've always found it a pleasant experience to say, hey, that wasn't my transaction. They take it off and they send me a new card. All right, good deal. So good note, SoCal Set. All right, the 5th best credit card for travel in 2018 is the United Mileage Plus Club Card by Chase. This one has a pretty good sign-up bonus. It has 50,000 United miles as a sign-up bonus after 3,000 in annual spend in the first 3 months. And it earns, for every dollar you spend on everything, it earns 1.5 United miles per dollar. So this United card, because it's an airline branded card, only earns United mileage. So this is only good if you're a United flyer. But if you are a United flyer, some of the benefits, it comes with a first and second checked bag free, but it also comes with free United Club lounge access. It used to be called the Red Carpet Club, but the United lounges, if you were to purchase the United lounge access, that would be $550 a year. But this card only has a $450 annual fee. So the annual fee on this card is cheaper than just the lounge access by itself. So again, only good if you're flying United, but if you are, it's also nice with the 1.5 miles per dollar spend. And 2x for United tickets, that's not that exciting. I have an older version of the United card, not the Mileage Plus Club one. I have a version from like 10 years ago, but I do carry that because I travel United quite a bit. All right. SoCal Seth comments on YouTube and says, yeah, a reloadable card like a green dot is good for keeping on budget. I've never had a green dot, but that is a good reason for reloadable debit cards for yourself or for other people. You can give it to them, load it up, and say, hey, you can only spend X amount of dollars. All right. Oh, I must drink again. Dan Dick comments on YouTube, and he says, my wife Tanya says hello. Well, Dan, say hello to your wife, Tanya, for me. And say, hello from Topher. All right. Number 6. The 6th best card, the 6th best credit card for travel in 2018 is the Chase Business Preferred. All right. So I'll talk about the benefits, and then we'll talk about business cards a little bit. So this is the first business card that I'm mentioning in this list. And you may say, well, Chris, I don't have a business. How can I get one of these cards? And like if you notice on this card, even though it's the sample, the name of the person is D. Barrett and the business is Barrett Connect, you could have a card that the business is essentially yourself. If there's anything that you do, if you run a website, if you run a gardening business on the side, you can say you have that business and you're a sole proprietor. Just be honest when you do it, because most of the time if you are applying for one of these cards as a sole proprietor, they are basing the decision not really on the income of the business, but they're basing the decision on your income, because you're saying, hey, I'm the sole proprietor and owner of the business card. And the great thing about business cards is that you can get a personal version of most credit cards and a business version of the credit card. And that means you can get the sign-up bonus or the benefits of those cards essentially twice. So for example, I have the Marriott Rewards personal card and I have the Marriott Rewards business card, and I get the free night on each card and I get the 15 nights of elite status on each card. So if you've never thought about applying to business cards, I will tell you, you should consider it. Just don't lie on your application. I'm definitely not telling you to lie. I'm telling you to be honest, but be creative perhaps in what that business is. So the Chase Inc. Business Preferred, this one earns ultimate rewards points, just like the earlier two Chase Sapphire cards. It has a $80,000 sign-up bonus, 80,000 point sign-up bonus. And by the way, generally looking at cards and sign-up bonuses, 50,000 is usually decent, 100,000 is really good, so 80,000 is like pretty good. And that's after $5,000 spent in 3 months. It earns 3x points on travel, shipping, internet, cable, phone, and advertising on social media. So if for some reason you place a lot of Google AdWords things, or you place a lot of Facebook ads, then this will give you a lot of rewards in those areas. The annual fee is relatively minimal. It's an annual fee of $95, so that's a fairly reasonable annual fee. The benefits on this card, there's none other than the spend. All right, Nizam says, hello, Chris and Topher. Topher says, hello, Nizam. And Nizam says his cats say hi too. All right, Nizam, excellent. Topher says hi to your cats, and so do Freddie and Winifred back here. And they say hi as well. All right, okay, the 7th best credit card for travel in 2018 is the American Express Everyday Cash Card. So these are now where I'm getting into the essentially percent back credit cards. This card, well, almost. This is a no annual fee card. It earns 1 membership reward point per dollar. And maybe I printed out the wrong one with the cash card. 1 membership reward per dollar, but a 20% bonus if you use the card 20 times per month. So the Amex Everyday card, it's a great way to kind of like bank membership rewards points. So if you apply for the Amex Platinum card, if you apply for the Amex Gold card, you get the sign-up bonuses, and you don't want to keep paying $450, $550 for those cards. You can have one of the Amex Blue cards, Everyday cards, and you can essentially transfer your membership rewards to that card, and that'll sort of be your bank for membership rewards points. So one of the cards I have the Amex Blue card. I've had that, I don't know, for 20 years or something. Even though some of the other Amex cards may come and go, I keep the no annual fee card. The great thing about membership rewards points, they'll transfer to Aeroplan, Singapore, British Airways, Delta. They have a transfer partner in essentially every airline alliance. It may not be the airline you specifically want, but you can generally book, One World, Star Alliance, or SkyTeam from any of their transfer partners. You just might be calling up British Airways to book that American Airlines flight instead of booking American Airlines. Dan Dick comments and says, I have 3 cards. What is the max should I have to travel with? I go to Japan, Mexico, and USA a lot. The max you should have to travel with? I don't know. That's a good question. I have over 20 credit cards. I don't know the exact number off the top of my head, but I don't know that there's a max to say. When I go on travel, I typically take cards. I take a Visa card, I'll take a MasterCard, and I'll take an American Express card, typically by different issuers as well. So maybe a Chase card, a Citi card, and then an American Express card. I do that because sometimes when you take credit cards overseas, they'll have their fraud prevention, they'll flag something to say, oh, you know, why are you here? You can't use this transaction. And if I have 3 Chase cards, chances are they'll have the same fraud detection. But if you have a Chase card, it gets declined, then the Citi card or the Amex card, they typically use different fraud protection algorithms. And also, traveling a lot, there's a lot of different places. Japan's a good example that different tourist attractions will have discounts if you have a certain type of credit card. So like the Tokyo Skytree when I was there had a discount if you had an American Express card. I carry a JCB card, that's a Japanese credit card. I carry that strictly for the discounts that a lot of shops in Hawaii have, particularly riding the Waikiki trolley. If you have a JCB card, you can show it and you will get rides on the Waikiki trolley for free. SoCal Seth says, Chase, what happens when you catch it? That's a good joke. Boom, boom, you're always chasing it. Dan Dick says he loves his blue card. Jake McShane comments and says, you can get 100,000 sign-up bonus on Inc. Preferred if you apply inside a Chase branch. That is an excellent tip from Jake McShane. And so actually I didn't know that one. I might have to go and apply for that. I'm still on the Inc. Bold, by the way, or the Inc. Plus. I don't know, there's a few variations of the Inc. card, and so those are also things to look at when you're looking at sign-up bonuses. A lot of these credit cards have variations. I mentioned the Chase Sapphire, the Preferred, the Reserve, the Inc. Plus, the Inc. Bold. You can be eligible for the sign-up bonus on any of those cards. They're each considered different product, therefore you're eligible for the sign-up bonus each time you apply to them. And also, if you're applying for Chase cards, if you find that you're getting declined, applying in branch also gives you a kind of higher percentage chance to often get accepted for a lot of Chase cards. All right, drink. Okay, so now I am into the cash back cards. And before I get to number 8, just 2 more comments. SoCal Seth responded to my JCB comment and said JCB is all over Hawaii. So SoCal Seth, if you haven't got a JCB card and you want to ride the Waikiki trolley for free in Waikiki, sign up for one. You just show it to them. It says on the side of the Waikiki trolley in Japanese, free rides for JCB cards, and you'd never know it if you didn't speak Japanese. Stitcher9290 says, someone asked earlier, generally, credit cards can be used worldwide, whereas I've found some bank debit cards, even with Visa, MasterCard, debit, will block overseas transactions, sometimes for security. That's a good tip on overseas and international use. All right, the 8th card, this is a cashback card, and so is number 9. Sorry, the picture's really small. I'm showing this for the people on YouTube. I'm showing this to the Facebook camera as well. And this is the Fidelity Cash Back card. The Fidelity Cash Back card, this one's pretty simple. It earns unlimited 2% cash back. Every purchase that you get 2% cash back. There's no annual fee on the Fidelity card. There's no other benefits. There's no other perks. Just straight 2% cash back. So if you don't really know what currency you want, those sorts of things, this is a great card. 2% cash back. Number 9, the 9th best card for traveling in 2018 is the Alliant Unlimited Cashback Card. Alliant is a credit union. This is one that maybe not a lot of people have heard of. This one will give you 3% cash back in your first year, 2.5% there afterwards. It has a $59 annual fee. So 3% cash back, that's pretty good. If you find that you're going to be making a lot of purchases, and again, you don't know what currency you want to earn, well, just earn 3% cash back. I will tell you, I happen to like the currencies though. I like my Hyatt points. I like my airline miles. So I am not a user of the just the cashback cards. All right, the 10th best card, and this one's a debit card because I get asked this question a lot. Chris, what is the best debit card or ATM card to travel with internationally to get your money out of ATMs? It is the Charles Schwab High Yield Checking Account Debit Card. Why is this the best card for ATMs internationally? Well, because there are no ATM fees if you have this card. Repeat. With this card, you receive unlimited ATM fee reimbursements. There's no minimum balance, there's no monthly service fees, there's no international transaction fees. So if you want to get the most of your money out when you use an ATM overseas, use the Charles Schwab card. I only use this to take money out at international ATMs. To spend, I actually use my credit card, but this is a pretty good bank account, so that's number 10. Nazim says he's checking out, so bye, Nazim. He says bye to Chris and Topher. All right, so now let's talk about some of the other credit cards that I have in my wallet right here, and I'm not going to open it up because I'm sure there's some of you that have really good eyes and could read the numbers off my cards, and I don't need to call in to cancel any of them. But I also have the Chase United card. It's an older card, but I use the Chase United card because it has a premier qualifying mile waiver. So in order to get the status that I earn with United every year, I don't really spend enough on the tickets to meet their milestones. I think I have to spend like $10,000 to meet the 75,000 mile threshold, but if you spend $25,000 on the Chase United card, then they will waive the dollar threshold to qualify for elite status. So that's why I keep the Chase United card. I have 2 of the Chase Marriott cards. I have the personal one and I have the business one because of the free nights and the elite status. Each one of those cards gives me 15 nights to my elite status, and those cards, they just stay on a shelf. I have the Chase Hyatt credit card. The Chase Hyatt credit card, I like that for the free night every year, and it comes with a little mini like Discover status with Hyatt, which is better than nothing. Any status with any program is better than no status. I also have the Ink Bold. This is a Chase card that earns 5x on office supplies. So all those purchases at Staples or Office Depot get 5x points. I've got the Chase Freedom card. The Chase Freedom card is a no annual fee Chase card that earns Ultimate Rewards points. It's great because it has 5x bonuses in different categories every quarter. But it earns those Ultimate Rewards points that you can then transfer to Hyatt and all those things if you have one of the premium Chase cards. I have an American Express card that's the Delta one. Why? Because sometimes I have to travel with Delta and I like the extra boarding priority and I like the free check bag. That's another one just for the benefits and also for the American Express offers that they sometimes come out with that are per credit card. I have the Amex Blue card that I talked about. That's my membership rewards store. I have the American Express Gold Rewards card. I got that one primarily for the sign-up bonus. I spent on that one a little bit. I have the Citi American Express card, a good sign-up bonus on that one. I also like the American Express perks. We talked about the JCB card with discounts. And then finally, I have a Discover card. I've had the Discover card for a long time. There's no annual fee on the Discover card. It's one of my first credit cards, so I put a little spend on it every year just so they don't close it. Discover sometimes has pretty good promotions, so I'll take it off the shelf when there's a good promotion. Also, a lot of people ask the question, say, Chris, isn't it bad to have all these credit cards? Isn't it bad for your credit score? And let me tell you, it's really not. The way credit scores work is they look at not how many credit cards you have open, they look at how many you've opened in a short period, and then they look at how much debt you're using related to your overall credit. So the more credit you have, let's go the other way. If you only have a $500 credit line, but you've used $400 of it, your credit score is going to be very poor because you are using a higher percentage of your credit. Conversely, if you have $100,000 of available credit and you're only using $400 of it, well, your credit score is going to be a lot better because you are more responsible with your overall credit line. They also look at your average age of your accounts, and they look at the age of your oldest account. So one of the things that sometimes people do is they start closing their cards. Particularly, they start closing like that card they got in college. And I will tell you, don't ever close that card you got. If it has no annual fee, don't ever close that card in college, because that card, the one that you probably signed up for and you didn't get like 80,000 Ultimate Rewards points, you got like a free t-shirt. And yes, I have one of those credit cards I signed up for in college and I got a free t-shirt. But that one, that's providing the age to my account. So don't close that card, because that would definitely lower your credit score. All right, well, that is all the content I have for you this evening. That's the top 10. If you've got any final questions, let me know right now. Otherwise, we're going to be wrapping it up for this evening after I have a drink here of water. Why am I drinking water? Because I could be drinking tea. All right. Well, no more questions. Actually, let's see. There is one more comment. SoCal Seth comments and says, "It's amazing what people will do for 10% off or a free t-shirt." You're right, SoCal Seth. It is pretty amazing. One of the travel blogs that I follow, they had a post about like the worst sign-up bonus for a credit card ever. And in Japan, there's like the A&A credit card. They were giving a stuffed animal as a sign-up bonus for signing up. Though I have to say, I don't think that's so bad, because I've got a lot of fun and friendly stuffed animals. It was a pretty cute stuffed animal, too. Dan Dick comments and says, "I got a Marriott and a Blue, but I use my CIBC Gold Star Alliance. I get a free world flight once a year." I'm not familiar with the CIBC Star Alliance, but a free world flight once a year, that sounds pretty good. Titus says, "Thanks for the tips. My daughter follows you all the time." Titus, excellent. I'm happy to hear that. Thanks for watching. Thanks for joining in. SoCal Seth says, other things, maybe not signing up for a credit card, but you could do something like eat the world's hottest wings and win a free t-shirt. Yeah, there are people that'll do a lot of things for a free t-shirt, and I wonder about them too. All right, well, thanks for watching. Have a great one, everybody. If this is your first time to my channel, if you like this content, please give it a thumbs up. Leave me a note in the comments below if you're watching the archive and you like this and you want me to do more of these videos. If you want to know when my next live stream is, it's going to be sort of towards the end of January, probably 3rd, 4th week of January. We're heading to Japan, so the next videos you're going to see coming out of my channel are Japan videos. Not from this trip, but I'm trying to get all the Japan videos from my last trip out before we go to Japan for this time. We're heading to Kyushu, so if anybody's got any tips on Kyushu, let us know. To find our next live stream, follow me on Facebook. I always announce it at least the day before on Facebook. Missed my last live streams, I've got links in the description below to that one as well. Stitcher9290 says, "Thanks, Chris. We're heading to Lau Pao Sat in Singapore tonight, so we'll have a serve at number 7 for you." Excellent. Please enjoy those satay. They're really good. Dan Dick says, "Thank you for the great information." Estuardo says, "Hi." SoCal Seth says, "Happy New Year." Estuardo says, "Happy New Year," with the most emoticons like fireworks and things like that I've seen. So thank you, everybody. Have a Happy New Year, and I will see you all in 2018. All right. Bye-bye. Keep on traveling.